if Clare is happy, even if she was DMing 30 guys before the season, good for her. Like, who gives a shit?
Clare, 12 days, that's all it takes. Are you surprised by that? I'm not, because it's Clare, but.
I on my episode on the Viall Files, I have Lauren Zima on today. And we spend an hour talking about this. And I say just that in the sense that the reality is when it comes to Clare, and I say this in a positive way, I'd believe anything. You know? Anything's possible. And say what you want, what Clare has done is created an insanely great buzz around this season that didn't exist before this all went down. And now I cannot wait to find out. I was saying with Lauren, I don't know if it will. I don't know anything. So, but wouldn't it be so awesome if there was like, you know how like on Saved by the Bell, they had like a Clue episode, or like I hope they have like a Law and Order CSI Clue episode, which is basically what really happened during quarantine. Who was DMing one another? And I like real like ITMs where they're sweating them for the truth, right? Lauren came up with this scenario. How great would it be if it's revealed that Clare was not only texting with this Dale guy, but also maybe more than one guy?
I mean, would be everything.
And he's just like raising his hand. He's like, well, what the we were DMing, and that would just be truly, truly wonderful. But I really want like a CSI Clue episode where it's all about finding out who's guilty. And I mean this in a very lighthearted, playful way. I really wish Bachelor Nation would learn to have fun, be snarky. I have no problem with snarky, but let's not forget these are real people, and none of these people deserve to go to prison or should die or are horrible people because they've decided to put their dating lives on a TV show. So if Clare is happy, even if she was DMing 30 guys before the season, good for her. Like, who gives a shit? You know? Certainly she's going to invite herself for some snark, and that's fine. But, like, let's just leave it there.
It's just so funny how far we've come with that, though, because a couple seasons ago in Paradise, if you were talking to someone beforehand, they acted like you committed an actual crime. And now it's so unavoidable.
It's like, I can't believe this person was talking to two people. I'm like, wow, pot meet kettle. Like, I mean, you know, we all have 40 matches on whatever dating app we're having, you know. It's just like, you know, we're on. But, yeah, it's tough because if you're a Bachelor producer, you want people to care. And we just, you know, you just want to manage just the level that they care, because sometimes it's like, whoa, man, chill out. Like, it's fine. It's going to be fine. But I am excited to find out what happens. I don't know.
I agree. And I think we need full transparency for the first time maybe on the show, because otherwise we're going to get the leaked text messages or DMs anyway on social media, and it's easier if they control the narrative. But it does bring up, because I heard you say this, I don't know if it was on Chicks in the Office or on your show, something like how people were like, she broke the rules, and you're like, there are no rules. This is The Bachelor. Like, what do you mean by rules? But it does kind of lead this to what's going to stop Matt James or the next lead or the lead after that to want to even go? Because everyone says that every Bachelor knows after like 2 days who they're going to pick.
Well, I agree. And I said this on the Viall Files when it first happened. If the speculation is true, I don't think Clare is without criticism in terms of, as far as, you know, for all the people who want to be like, good for Clare, this is about finding love. Again, like, can we stop pretending it's not a TV show? Like, can't people be both sincere and willing to be participants in making a TV show so people can be entertained? Like, it's not mutually exclusive, you know?
Yeah.
And so with that being said, if the rumors are true, yes, Clare is not without criticism. Like, they'll make it work, and they're definitely going to benefit from it as far as it relates to this season, for sure. But you're absolutely right. Like, there's no Bachelor show if this keeps happening. You know, it's not interesting the second time around. It's only interesting this time. And there is a responsibility of being the lead, and they do pay you. You know, it's not the same as being a cast member. And if you're not willing to kind of, you know, pull some of the weight, you probably shouldn't say yes to it, so to speak. You know, you can't take it so literal, you know, because you're right. Otherwise, you know, who wants to go on dates with 20 people? It's exhausting. No one does that. No one wants to do that, but you agree to do that. So yeah, she's not without criticism, but no means do I think Clare deserves hate. You know, I think people should still be happy for her if she is in love. But yeah, and I am extremely curious how the show will treat Clare. And what I mean by that is, yeah, they control the narrative, right? They can show what, you know, we've joked about it before. What music are they going to play when it comes to Clare? Because that really is going to, you know, play a big role on, is the audience going to say, you know what, good for her, who cares? Or are they going to be like, that's f***ed up, man? And it's sometimes, what music are they going to play for Clare? I'm curious. And I agree with you. I want full transparency. I want the fourth wall broken. I want, I don't know what happened. I don't know if any of these rumors about Clare locking herself in the room are true or things like that. But whatever happened, I want to hear the conversation when she's literally like, no, I'm good. I'm done. Yeah. You know?
Could you imagine ever saying that to one of your producers? Like, what would they have said to you?
Well, I will say they're always very good at adapting. And we also don't know if she quit. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. There's definitely a scenario that we haven't really discussed where maybe they just found out she was texting with this guy. And maybe she just found out that like she was way too in with this guy. And they were like, and maybe she just wasn't. A very believable scenario is, and again, knowing Clare, is that you do have to be, if you're going to be the lead, again, you have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do, and you have to be easy to work with, and you got to make a show. And if she was unwilling to make a show in whatever way, and she was only willing to make the show that she wanted, then they might have been like, you know what, we're done. We'll let you date this guy and we'll tell your story, but we're going to bring in someone who wants to find love and make a TV show. That's entirely possible too.